Hi all, Modern Day Nana here, back to do another ornament project. So I wanted to show you in a recent video I tried to do the mercury glass and I feel really good about it. It turned out really cool. So I wanted to show you those, and then the ones we're doing today are going to complement, I think, these really well. So I did the black as my second color. And you can go back and look at that video if you want. But I think they turned out really cool. And then I just kind of put the little caps over on the side and kind of sprayed. You know, it's kind of hit and miss. Some of them are darker than others. But anyway, so today I want to do those ornaments I've been seeing all over the place. They're like the concrete ornaments. They have the powder on them. And so I started with a few, and I made the mistake on the first one trying to paint it without sticking it on like a skewer and taping it down. So I would say use any tape you've got. I actually can't find my painter's tape at all, so I'm going to use this. And I'm just going to do maybe like pull like 3 strips of it apart. And if you have like a bigger dowel rod, it might be a little easier, but just put it around like the base, you know, just this part of the ornament. You can start with that. I think I'd just go ahead and wrap that around there. So just start with putting that on the base, and then take your skewer, and then you can, well, I kind of folded that down in two there. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so then you can just like, you know, squeeze that around the bottom, and that's going to help a lot. If you need more tape, just stick another piece of tape down around it and just kind of roll it around so it sticks to the skewer a little bit. I mean, it doesn't have to be terribly secure, but just so it's not bobbling all over the place and you can't do anything with it. Okay, so everything I saw said to use 2 colors. Pick out 2 colors that you like, that you want your ornaments to be, like a base color and then a lighter color on top that you can dab on. So I picked a couple of different colors. I've just got a black, and it doesn't matter. Any black you have, any acrylic black. I actually emptied out a bottle, and then I'm using this one. This says chalk craft paint. I think it's from Dollar Tree, but any acrylic black paint you have, if you want to do black. And then this is pavement, so it's pretty dark, but you know, you could use a gray depending on whatever you have. I just wanted to get rid of this. I dumped it out on I just used my coffee filters, and it's got like a big old glob in it. So I just I just kind of put the black on one side and the pavement on the other. So let me see. Let's go ahead and do, and then I actually put a few little drops of water in the bottle of black just so I could get it all out. You know, I mean, waste not, want not, right? You want it to have good coverage. So don't, you know, if you're at the end of your bottle, don't put a bunch of water in it, because your paint's going to be watery, and then you're not gonna get the coverage you need. But you know, I mean, yeah, you gotta use your stuff up and make the best out of it. I'm just gonna grab a hold of this tape down here. I already have paint all over my hands because that first one that I tried to do I just tried to stick it on the skewer without the tape, and let me just say, it's worth the time to tape it up, because I spent more time with it bobbling around than it would have taken me to tape it. All right, I just got an old paint can here. Let me move these out of the way. I just got an old paint can that I just have some random pieces of foam in. I think there's even some pool noodle in there, part of an old wreath. Just something so I can stick these in, you know, so that they can have their space and let them dry. So that's what I've done so far with a couple of grays, and now we're on the third black. So let me go ahead and paint this last one for you. And this was, like I said, old as the hills here. Pewter Gray by Apple Barrel was the darker gray, and then Craft Smart Gray, just gray it says. Is that Dollar Tree? I'm not, oh, I touched my ornament. It's okay. Not sure. Anyway, so yeah. So, you know, I'm just reusing my dried up teal paint from the other day. I hope I can get that video to you. We are trying to figure this out, and it's not my cup of tea, literally. So those are those two colors. I just threw them on the thing together. And let's go ahead and paint this. You know, I just did like long swipes. And honestly, that one's kind of chunky too. We were getting to the end of the thing, but with a project like this, I figure, I mean, we're trying to make them look like concrete anyway, so if they have some little grit and things in them, that seems like that would be okay to me. And like I said, I like that roughed up kind of, you know, more natural feeling. Okay. So we got that one painted. I'm going to stick it in here and let those dry. Okay, the next step was, let me see if I've got a black one that's about dry. And you know, you could do these ahead of time. Oh, hell, look. Here's the one that didn't get any tape on it. And I was like, woo, woo, woo. Anyway, you know what? Let me dry this top a little bit. I got this heat gun for a gift from the girls one year. I said that before, but you know, you can get them anywhere. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Well, they got it, I think, at Hobby Lobby. But old blow dryer, one you're not using anymore, or be on the lookout at the thrift store for a blow dryer. Would work just as well. You just need something to, you know, dry your project if you want to get on with it, or if you, or press for time, or whatever. Okay, so yeah, it's a little bubbly right there. I'm not sure about that. Let me look at this. It's a little bubbly right here. Oh, okay. It went back down though. It just kind of, it was kind of bubbly, but I feel like it'll be all right. Okay. All right. So then the second step was, let me get a cleaner paintbrush. Now, the stuff I saw said, I know one girl just used a piece of, she used a piece of wadded up, like trash bag, plastic trash bag. This is what was on those skewers. So we could try that, or I wonder how a sponge brush, feather on it. I wonder how a sponge brush would work, or even like, you know, just a chippy brush. Oh, let's see. Let's try, maybe, because maybe this is tried and true. Let's try the, making sure, oh, there was a little bit of wet paint there in a pocket. That's why that did that. Let's dip this. Now this was the black one, so I'm going to dip this in the pavement paint, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna dab it on here. Now this is pretty, I mean, it is not black, but it might be too dark. It might not be enough of a contrast. You know what I mean? So, well, I should have picked the better ornament, the one that didn't, you know, I picked the only ornament that didn't have the tape on it. But we might have to... I might have to get another one. Let's see. Maybe I can stick my finger in it. Or I'll stick my pinky in it. Hey, well, where there's a will, there's a way, right? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so while this is still wet, you're supposed to take your powder, whatever you decide to use. I think I saw somebody use flour. You know what? Let's try the flour just because most everybody has flour. This is just flour from the kitchen. Okay, well, I guess I will designate this my craft flour because I'm reaching in it with my hand. And I'm going to sprinkle this on it. Can you see that? And then after you sprinkle it on, I believe it said to let it dry for a while. Because if you go to brush it off now, you know what? Let's try the heat gun, okay? Put it on high. I mean, it's blowing off some of the flour, of course, as it is hitting it. I didn't put a lot on that end, so we'll see what it looks like. I hope you can hear me. Okay. All right, I'm just going to take this foam brush just because it's sitting here and see what happens. Try to brush some of this off. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's still a little bit wet there. Wish I could hit it on something. There. There we go. I'll kind of pat it around. Knock some of the flour off. Okay. Looking kind of cool. Okay. So let me see. Not bad. See if I can get this back on the skewer and let it, without messing it up. All right, let's stick that back in there and let it dry. Let's see if we can find a gray one that's about dry. Let me dry this one off a little bit, and we'll try a different texture. I have got, besides the flour, I pulled out some baking soda, and I have some grout that I had from an old, when we redid our bathroom floor upstairs. It's like a gray grout. So I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking maybe I put too much paint on these. It's kind of globby in a couple of areas. Anyway, so I've got that grout. And I think that's about the only thing that will work on these that I've got. We'll see what happens. With that. Okay. All right, so we tried the little plastic bag. Let's just try this chippy brush with the gray. Now this was the darker gray, and now I'm gonna go in with this chippy brush and put some lighter gray on. Just kind of dab it on there. I mean, it's the same technique as using the baggie. Or, well, it wasn't a baggie, but just a piece of plastic from a little baggie. Just a tiny bit more. I don't want to do too much because I feel like okay. So it's not totally covered. All right. Oh, okay. So what do we want to do? Most people have baking soda. You might not have grout, so let's try the baking soda and see what happens there. Oh, this is kind of lumpy. Let me pick it up off the table. Definitely, you know, obviously a different consistency than the flour. Oh, that's looking pretty cool, guys. I just kind of, and we can brush it when it gets a little bit drier. Brush this excess off. Let's take the heat gun. See what we get here. This looks pretty cool though. This actually looks kind of more like concrete-y. I mean, that other one doesn't look bad. But I like the looks of this one a lot. Okay. I just want to make sure it's dry. Okay, let's try it. Let's try to brush it off and see if we I'll go lightly. If I weren't filming this, I would give it more time. You know what I mean? I'd just like stick them back in that thing and let them dry. But ooh, this is looking, I mean, it's definitely a different effect. I'm not sure. I'll do a few more and see if I get the same result. But I definitely like the baking soda better. This looks more concrete, and that looks more powdery. mean, it's on there. You know, the paint's on there. It's not rubbing off, so pretty cool. Okay. Let's look at this let's look at this one again. I mean, this is nice. This is pretty. This is definitely more like what I've seen people do. And I think you could do the, you know, the powder. You could leave more on there if you wanted. This definitely, I feel like, looks more like the things I've seen. And they used, I know at least one person used flour. I don't know what everybody else was using. That's actually very pretty. So just a different look, you know. So that's interesting, and it's fun to experiment with, you know, different materials. Let me grab one of these mercury ornaments. I'll take the top off so we can do a comparison. And stick it on a skewer. Oh. Won't those be nice together though? If you put those in a, you know, just like a bowl or on a wreath or swag or on your tree. Oh, that's really pretty. So yeah, if you're going for this look, I would just say experiment. So we have the black with just a little bit lighter color, super dark gray, and then the flower. So this is the mercury glass ones I made in another video, and this is the gray with then a lighter gray on it and the baking soda. And that made, I mean, and it's staying on. I'm rubbing it, a whole different texture. Went ahead and did some teal ones, like turquoise ones. I got 6, so I did 6 of them. I did some more black ones, but I think I must have gotten the gray paint mixed up with them. But they all turned out really cool. The ones I did with the baking soda are a little different. See? They've got more of a concrete-y feel to them. There's a handful of those. But the others just really feel really velvety. Oh, and I was going to tell you, you can use any ornaments. I use those glass ones because I had them, but you can cover over any ornaments and do that. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Go to my channel if you want to watch the whole thing. See ya!